Thanks for watching Esports Monies. Subscribe and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any of this questionable content.
And if you hit the like button, I'll probably get more views or something, so go on and do that too, I guess. Thanks.
Warning. You are about to experience an Nyx tax. You have been warned.
Okay, so let's talk about the changes to Nyx in patch 7.07. So, as you can see, Nyx has gotten a lot bigger than he was in previous patches. I personally really enjoy this iteration. Ooh. Whoa. See, see, he's big. Oh, what you do? Ooh, look at him go. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esports Money, ZSM, Mac10, whatever you want to call me, and I hope you enjoyed the Nyx tax. That is my pet corn snake Nyx, who is of course named after the sneaky assassin himself, the Nyx assassin. So, anyway, welcome to my jungling guide to Alchemist in patch 7.07b. This guide is... I'm gonna go for Radiance because of the purposes of demonstration, essentially. I'm not going to encourage you to go Radiance. I don't think that going jungle Alchemist Radiance is a good idea because it takes a long period of time, but I will say going jungle Alchemist into Armlet and then moving around the map to get farm, moving in for kills, trying to help out your team, doing stuff like that, that is a perfectly reasonable strategy. I also like to go double Stout Shield because it makes you really tanky. There was a chart today on Reddit about the diminishing returns in terms of damage that you receive with armor and with 2 Stout Shields, whether or not it's worth it to have a Stout Shield and a Ring of Protection or just double Stout Shield. And Alchemist already starts with enough base armor that it justifies going double Stout. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Another thing is you don't really need to have the healing salve. It's more of an emergency situation thing. It helps out, it gives you a lot of security. In this video, I got pretty decent camps early on, so I didn't need my salve, but it's a good idea to carry with you because it gives you a little bit of security. So, in this patch, creeps don't start until a minute in. So that makes it even more important that you get the level 1 bounty rune, and hopefully your team will let you get it. I don't go for all of the bounty runes in this guide. I don't go for most of the bounty runes in this guide. If you are playing a game where you're playing with friends and they know to let you have access to the bounty runes, or some sort of pre-made team, or your allies are going to go, yes, you can always get the bounty runes, then you will do this guide way quicker than I am doing it on the video right now, because I didn't go and grab all those runes. I grabbed a few of them in the early game, and then as I grew closer and closer toward Radiance, I started walking more and more over to the room. But yeah, you will do it faster if you have access to every room. Which brings me to another point. You don't know if you're getting the level 1 bounty rune or not. You hope you are. Your allies should let you. Even if your allies are mad at you for jungling Alchemist, they should let you get the level 1 rune. Regardless, don't skill your passive Greevil's Greed until you're right at the bounty rune. Until you see that there's no enemies there. There's no invisible heroes on the enemy team. Basically check all those boxes before you do that, because Greevil's Greed is all well and good, and it's a great ability for the camp I just killed, the Mud Golems, but in most situations, you're going to be better off with a level 1 Acid Spray if you can't get the camp. In most situations being if you don't have the Golems level 1 spawn, or the Satyrs. The Satyrs are a good one too. In fact, if you really want to, you can wait to skill the ability until you see the Satyrs spawn. You see which camp you have to fight against if you fail to get the level 1 bounty rune. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit about Alchemist and his changes for this patch, because I never got a chance to fully go over the changes to every single hero. At level 10, he used to get plus 20 damage or plus 4 armor. He now has plus 25 attack speed or plus 5 armor. Now, he used to get 30 attack speed at level 20, and now he gets 25, and it's at level 10. This is a lot better. This makes him a lot stronger. The reason this is so good is because when he's in Chemical Rage form, at level 1, he has a 1.4 second base attack time, at level 2 he has a 1.2, and at level 3 he has a 1 second base attack time. The lower your base attack time is, the more bonus attack speed does for you. This is huge. Low base attack time means attack speed is worth more. This is one of the reasons why Lycan getting Feral Impulse nerfed, or not nerfed, but because Feral Impulse gave Lycan's Wolves regen and took away attack speed, that was a gigantic nerf that no one really realized, because his Wolves base attack time at level 4 is 0.9. They have one of the lowest base attack times in the game. So, but I always go for the attack speed level 10, and another reason that I go for it is not just because it's so good, because getting armor on Alchemist or getting any additional armor on Alchemist is bad. The reason this is bad is because you're going to want an AC, period. It does a lot for you. Your Acid Spray is physical damage that reduces the armor of the units in it while they're in it. And if you have an AC, this reduces the unit's armor in it by an even larger amount. It's an additional -5 armor on top of your, at level 4, what is it? At level 4 it is -7, so that's -13 armor in an AoE around you, plus they're taking 30 physical damage per second. So they stack really, really well together. So I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna want an AC. So because I want an AC, and because I have the armlet, I don't really care about a +5 armor talent. I already have decent starting armor. In fact, I think Alchemist has really, probably a little bit too high starting armor for a strength hero. So at level 15, you can choose between +50 damage or +250 health. Now he used to have a 300 health talent at level 20, and he used to have 20 damage at level 10. This talent is, I think 50 damage is the stronger of the two, and I will personally always pick 50 damage because of, you know, you have low base attack time and you have incredibly high attack speed, so the more you do with each individual attack, the more powerful you are. So I'm always going to go personally for the 50 damage, but it's okay to go for the 250 health if you really want to, and the reason being is because Alchemist has incredibly high regen with his ultimate active, and he used to get a +250 bonus HP maximum and a heal for activating his ult instead of the regen. So now you essentially have both, and you can grab that at level 15 if you want to. So it's up to you, but personally I think the +50 damage is significantly better, and I'm going to go for the +50 damage over the 250 health almost universally. Next, at level 20, he used to have +300 health or +30 attack speed. Now he has 200 unstable concoction damage or +25% cleave. Now, Unstable Concoction you might think is an awkward spell. Why does he have this, like, why would we care about magic damage from this weird nuke? Well, it's not magic damage. It's actually physical damage. Every single ability Alchemist has is physical. So, his minimum damage for Unstable Concoction, if you instantly set it off, is theoretically 0. And if you get this talent, his minimum damage is now 200. And at level 4, the max is 560. And you're not going to really hit the max very often, but it's a pretty significant buff. That being said, there's no way I am ever picking that when I can get a free 25% cleave. There is no universe in which I'm playing a super high attack speed, super high right-click damage hero and get a free cleave, and I'm not going to pick it. This suddenly means that you can get Moonshard if you go AC and Moonshard instead of going for a Mjolnir, because you already have the super attack speed. The Moonshard gives you way more attack speed than anything else in the game, and you have the AC, which gives you attack speed, you have the pass that gives you attack speed, and the real benefit of going for Mjolnir was it gave you a farming mechanic. So with a lot of heroes, not Sven because you got Cleave already, but Anti-Mage being the archetype for this, you want to get a Battle Fury because you have decent attack speed already, like you have pretty high attack speed, and you do pretty good damage, and mana burn of course. So when you're hitting things in a team fight, that cleave is a really big deal because you do so much damage, you want to spread it out. With Alchemist, he doesn't do enough damage to really justify that, and he doesn't have the crazy high attack speed without some kind of item to justify that either, or at least he might now with his talents, but he didn't used to. So you would go for a Mjolnir because it basically gave you it was basically the same purpose as a Battle Fury or a Radiance or something like that. It just let you kill lots of creeps at the same time really quickly. and it also gave you attack speed, which he likes. So it gave you farming with its active, and it gave you fighting, which is its attack speed. Faceless Void is the archetype, or the most commonly thought of hero when you go for Mjolnir, because it gives you more procs for your bash, and it gives you a way to farm creeps in a wave. But with Alchemist, you really could do either, but you really needed attack speed, and Mjolnir gives you both. Now, you can just go for the attack speed because you can get the cleave, so go for the cleave. This is one of the reasons why getting a Hand of Midas instead of a Radiance on Alchemist is a great idea, because you can just Midas the biggest creeps on the map and rush yourself to level 20 as quickly as possible, get the cleave, and now you have an even bigger farming spike than before. At level 25, you can choose between, used to be able to choose between an additional -5 Acid Spray armor, so this would bring it up to 12 base, or -17 armor aura if you had the AC, or 30% lifesteal, and now you have -8 second Unstable Concoction cooldown, or -0.2 Chemical Rage base attack time. I'm not going to go into too much details here, but you need to get the base attack time pretty much every single time, and the reason being is because you get exponentially more out of your attack speed every time you reduce the base attack time of a unit, and this makes his level 3 ultimate base attack time 0.8. And you're going to go for an Octarine Core as soon as you have one farming item and your armlet and your brown boots, and that Octarine Core is going to reduce your rage cooldown by 25%. The cooldown naturally is 55 seconds, and your duration is 25 seconds. This is going to put you at roughly 40-ish seconds on your cooldown, and a 25-second duration, so over half of the time, you'll have a 0.8 second base attack time with incredibly high damage with a 25% cleave. So right-click Alchemist is the way to go, kids, and that's probably what you wanted to hear anyway. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this hero, and I'll see you next time.